Kellon, can you talk about how much your mom and dad pushed academics and how much you want to be a doctor?
Well, since I was really small, they always told me that education was going to take me somewhere in life, not really sports, but they did support me in sports, but they just put a big emphasis on how much work and time I put into reading books and doing my homework and really studying, not just coming home, doing homework and going to play the game or watching TV. They made me the student I am in the classroom today by just pushing me to do better than everyone else and not just striving just to be average, just taking it to the next level. And I think that's why I want to be a doctor when I grow up, because I can really see myself putting more time and effort into doing something much harder and taking much more time, because it's just going to make me a better person. And I like to help people, and I feel like being a doctor, there's nothing else more that I'd rather do, because I love helping people, and then I get to take care of people, and something that I've thought about doing for a long time. And my dad was a paramedic, so I feel like I'm following his footsteps, and I really just look forward to it.
Now, they're honoring Kevin Barry on Thursday night at your game. What do you know about him?
I've talked to Coach Thompson about him several times, just me and him, and he's just told me how great of a kid he was and his work ethic. That's one thing Thompson always stressed to me, how hard he worked and just the amount of time that he put into football and getting stronger and bigger, and just how he didn't really care about his individual success. That's why he was such a good player here, because he cared about his teammates and he made them better because they admired him. They saw how much time and effort he put into working hard, lifting weights and running and just staying conditioned, and that's why they were such a great football team overall.
How aware are you? You're 18 now?
I turn 18 next week.
You do. How aware are you of the Park tradition here, of the great players that they had? They won 2 state championships with people like Johnny Clay and Brent Moss and Barry. How aware are you of that tradition, and how much do you want to get Park back to where it was?
Oh, that's one of the biggest things I've looked at since I came to high school here. When I came to Park my freshman year, the football team was pretty good, but they weren't as great as they were when Johnny Clay and Kevin Barry were here. But I think that's one of the biggest things I wanted to do, was bring a state championship back to Park, because I think after how long it's been since I've been here, it's time for another one. And I think we owe it to the city of Racine, not just this school. But Johnny Clay and Kevin Barry, those two put a huge name on the state of Racine. I mean, the city of Racine, just by the amount of time they put into football and how they went on to the next level in the NFL. And I think that's good for this city, because it showed younger kids like myself that if you put your time and effort into it and you really put it in your heart that that's what you want to do when you grow up, you can do that. So it's a heavy tradition here and something that I've really cared about since I started to come to Park High School.
One final question. Tell me something about you that not many people know.
Excuse me?
Tell me something about you that not many people know. Something that maybe a little hobby you have or anything like that.
I like to play the piano. I'm pretty good at the piano, and my dad, he plays piano at my church, Zoe Outreach Ministries on Racine Avenue, and one of the things I want to do when I get older is go back there and replace him once he's too old to be able to play.